A Plague of Frogs. I received a letter this morning. One of those brown frighteners, coat of arms on the back, a little plastic window on the front. Bit different from the usual Damart catalogues and invitations to consider a stair lift. I made a cup of tea, sat down at the kitchen table and opened it. The Pension Service. Post Handling Site B, Wolverhampton, and the letter informed me that an age edition of 25 pence per week will be payable from your 80th birthday. The author had clearly decided that at such an advanced age, my eyesight and possibly my memory might be unreliable, because certain words were treated as proper nouns and seemingly at random, perhaps composed by someone with a grounding in German grammar. And if so, they might also recognise my current state of Weltschmerz. Bad enough dealing with bureaucrats, but bureaucratic Germanic AI. Oh, that's really pushing things. If I write to a friend, dear Elon, to a stranger, dear Mr. Musk, but never dear Mr. Elon Musk. That's AI-driven male merge mania. Next came a section titled, What to Do If You Think the Decision is Wrong. Having tired of random proper nouns, the author had now moved on to bold font, possibly to ensure that anyone approaching their 9th decade could still recognise a threat when they saw one. I was advised, get in touch with us within 1 month, if I believed the calculation to be incorrect, invoking a mandatory reconsideration, bold, all caps, which manages to sound both bureaucratic and faintly menacing at the same time. I was also told to retain all 4 pages of the letter and quote the emboldened reference BR 805S, which suggests there exists somewhere in Wolverhampton a filing system of such complexity that losing one document might destabilise the entire department. All this to inform me that upon reaching the distinguished age of 80, the nation would generously grant me an additional 25 pence per week. Naturally, I wrote back. Dear Sir or Madam at the Department for Work and Pensions, I am writing to express my dissatisfaction with my recent pension uplift. Though by the time I had saved enough to afford the stamp, I had largely calmed down. I am, as you know, 80 years old. I have paid my taxes, raised my family, and contributed to society in ways too numerous to list here. Largely because listing them would require more than 1 sheet of paper, and I cannot currently justify 2 stamps. You have awarded me an increase of 25 pence per week. By the time tax has taken its share, the amount that actually arrives is, to use the correct economic terminology, not 25 pence. I'm not sure of the exact value, as that would require a calculator and a degree of optimism that I no longer possess. I therefore began considering how I might spend this windfall. A Freddo chocolate frog currently costs 25 pence, which feels like the sort of statistic that should trigger a national inquiry. A penny chew now costs 2 pence, meaning I could purchase 12.5 of them per week. I have decided against this, on the grounds that I have my dignity and almost most of my teeth. A few days later, another brown envelope appeared. Thank you for your recent correspondence regarding the purchasing power of a Freddo chocolate frog in relation to your pension increase. Our records indicate that the typical retail price of a Freddo is currently 35 pence, which means the purchasing shortfall you described is in fact even worse. However, in the spirit of goodwill, the department has taken the unusual step of enclosing one complimentary Freddo. Please note, this gesture does not constitute an adjustment to your pension entitlement, nor should it be interpreted as a precedent for future confectionery-related requests. Now, where did I leave that pen? Dear Cadbury,